Yes, right. So we'll start the session exactly 8 5 p.m. Now time is 8 1. Within 4 minutes, we'll start the session. Uh, then shall we start? What do you say? Uh, okay. Now, in this Zoom, I joined through two what accounts. So one is as Sulaiman Nawas. So that is my mobile phone where I do the session, and the second account is Ace Academy. So what you should do is now today it's all about the question and answer session. More you ask questions, then more I can explain. I will give a small brief about the points I have uh, came up with today. More general points regarding these A levels. I will give a small idea, but based on your responses, based on your questions and answers, we can either extend today's session. No, we can finish today's interaction session as soon as possible. So then, to ask questions, you can't unmute and you can't talk because even you unmute and even you talk, I'm not able to hear because my setup is something like that, and that is some kind of disturbance for me as well. So therefore, what you can do, you can put replies to the chat box. So what you can do, there are two accounts that I have enrolled today's session. One is Sulaiman Nawaz. You don't reply any message to Sulaiman Nawaz, but you can reply all your doubts, all your questions to Ace Academy chat. So you can see there's a capital A letter in that chat. You can see. Uh, right. Okay. So then, can someone reply quickly whether everything is okay? Whether can you hear me speaking? Quickly respond whether you all can hear me speaking or not. Just quickly put some replies. Just quickly put some replies. Yes, no issues. Can right? Yes, can. Great. Okay. So now, first important thing is we are not doing physics today, right? It's all about a discussion between you and me. If you join physically, so then it's one to one, but a discussion between us. But since we are doing through online, so what you think, you just ask questions that you have, because just now you guys have done your O levels, and still you are in confusion what to be done thereafter. Still, you guys have no idea. That's completely understandable. So, whatever the doubts that you have right now, not lesson related doubts, right? So because we as humans, we get doubts, so we have many problems, right? So whatever you feel, it's okay, I want to clarify this from this teacher, so therefore we'll ask this. It's okay. Sometimes the question, the doubt that you are going to ask is very what not good, Varni. It's very silly doubt, but that's fine, because I'm your teacher. If you come for my classes, so therefore you can ask all your doubts. Okay, we'll do in that way, right? So then, I will give an introduction about myself. I'm Sulaiman Namas, and my background is, now currently I'm working as an engineer at Fonterra brand Sri Lanka. I think I don't know what is Fonterra brands, most of you. So I'm working as a project engineer at Fonterra brand Sri Lanka. So that is where we manufacture all the products, Ratti, Anchor, Noodle yogurts. So I'm working as an engineer for my profession. And parallelly, you know that I'm teaching for A-level physics more than 8 years. Right. As soon as I did my A levels, I started teaching. Right. Now it's been 8 years since I have started teaching physics. Additionally, I'm going some visiting lectures in Zaira College, Colombo. So that is my overall background. So then, talking about myself, my profession is engineer. Parallelly, due to the passion of teaching, I am doing classes, A level physics, English medium, and then my background. So I'm coming from engineering background. So A levels I got 3 A's. I selected to the leading university in Sri Lanka, University of Moratuwa. I was interested in mechanical engineering field. So now I'm specialized. I graduated from University of Moratuwa, specialized in mechanical engineering, working as an engineer. This is my story, right? So then you can talk, okay? You can talk. I think just now you guys have finished your O levels. How was your O levels? You can talk. We'll talk. I think talk in the sense you can put some replies. How did you feel your O levels, especially when it comes to maths and science subjects? Because we are really involved with maths and science subjects. How do you feel? How did you feel regarding your O level maths and science? Just put some replies with the exams were easy or difficult. Just put some replies. Yes, three options are there. One is yeah, all level exams were easy. Option one. Option two, it's moderate. I have done somewhat. If not, option number three, it's difficult. Just go with your ideas quickly. Just put some replies. Just put some replies. Put some replies. Put some replies. Satisfied, Alhamdulillah. Yes, yes. Moderate, easy. Okay. So then, now first important thing is now you are now we can say that there are three types of students. After you did your O levels, one category has done their O levels with their best. I don't say with their best in the sense they all are going to take 9s. I'm not telling something like that, right? Depends on students plan. Some students might have planned to get 9s, but some students have planned I want to get 7s. Definitely I will get 7s. So those students have worked to get 7s. Some students might have planned I only want to get A's for maths and science, so my target is to get only 3s. So there is one category among you who has done your O levels with the way that you expected. There is another category, you guys could not perform the way that you planned actually, right? So but we all have to do A levels now, because now you are entering to next stage in your study life also, in your life also, right? So until grade 1 to grade 11 you just went in the path already created, but this is the first time that you have to take decision, not your parents actually. This is the first time after O levels you are taking a decision. Okay, since my grade 1 to grade 11 I have traveled already defined path given by the surrounding, but now there are many parts in the road, which path that I want to go. Now you want to decide it based on the path that you are selecting. Definitely your future will going to change, there is no doubt. I'm not telling that you are going to be unsuccessful or successful, depends on your path, but that depends on your path that you are selecting in A levels. Definitely the future gonna change, right? So now you all in a critical stage, what should I do for my A levels? So then we all know when talking about subjects for A levels, there are many streams, math stream and science stream. That means bio stream, and the most popular one is commerce stream. Then ICT subjects, technology, art subjects. There are many streams, right? So most of you convince yourself to do math science streams. That's why you are staying in this session, right? Today you came to get an idea how these math science classes are working, and what are the ideas that I want to get to obtain that. Only you guys came for today's class, right? So then the first question that you have is, right, okay, now can I do biomaths now? If you have done your O levels the way that you expected, sometimes you are very confident. Yes, definitely, I want to do maths. If not, I will do biology. But what if now students who could not do better in your O levels, but you plan to do maths in A levels, science in A levels, but you could not perform very well in your O levels, but now you guys are thinking, okay, now I could not do O levels also very well as expected. Whether if I do math science, will I go to the desired what target that you plan? So that is very confusing among you right now. So always number one thing is, we should always do what you really want, actually what you really like. Sometimes parents might influence. First point is, parents might influence. Okay, you should do maths. If not, you should do bio. You should become doctor. You should become engineer by doing maths. If not, no, 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 you, it's not that much suitable for us, so therefore better you do a commerce and just get a pass. So they can define your path, but you should exactly select what path that you really want, whether you want to do maths or science or commerce, arts, right? You know your possibility, you know your capacity, you want to decide that. So then now when deciding the stream, the first problem is based on your all level result, right? So what will happen now? Some people think that to go for maths and bio subjects, to go for maths and bio subjects, I want to do very well. If not, my all results should be very good. So you might have a mindset like that. It's not like that. So don't you select math science streams just because your all level result is very good. Let's say you got 9 is, so therefore definitely I am going to do A levels in math science streams too. Just because let's say now your all result is, just think that you got 9 C's, so you have 9 subjects, you got 9 C's. So since my all result is not good, I should not do math science, even though you like math science subjects. I'm not going to do math science subject because my all result is weak. So you don't come to a conclusion like that. So what you think, whether you love math science subjects, because you have an understanding when you are doing O level maths and science subject, you know the interest that you had for those two subjects. So therefore, if you are interested, then I would tell that then definitely you start do working, you start doing math science subjects, right? So because you know in this field, in this field, just because you got 9 A's, you are not able to get 3 A's. Just because you got 9 C's, you are not able to get 3 A's. So therefore it depends amount about depends with the way that you work, right? So therefore that is first point. First point is, now O levels finished. Now you just committed to do math science subjects. If you are interested, just come and do it, right? So then O level just finished, and you might have gone for some other sessions also. All the classes they have started, right? So then it's been only 1 week, I think, since O level has finished. A level classes started as soon as possible. So then you might be wondering, okay, now I finished my O levels. So shall I take a small break because I have studied for my O level exams also? Now I need a small break. I will take 1 month break and I will go out somewhere. I will go some trips and I'll stay a bit relaxed. So then I will start doing my A level math science subject. If you're planning something like that, I say that don't you do that. So because once you missed the very first lessons in physics subject especially, sometimes you are not able to understand thereafter subjects. So therefore what you do, you don't do such things as soon as join the classes. Now today is an interaction session. My plan is to do the session today within 1 hour, based on your questions and answers. Based on your questions and answers, the duration might be increase or decrease, right? So then the second week of April will be a holiday, since it's Sinhala and Tamil New Year. Third week and fourth week we are having we are starting classes properly. So I start teaching mostly in third week of April, right? I will tell you the story and everything. So then first thing is, don't you get too much of late. If you committed to do math science subjects, quickly get ready to work again from the beginning, right? So then next story is, now so you might have a problem, right? Okay, now the next problem is, okay, now I'm doing math science subject. If I can get 3 A's, definitely I will become a doctor. If not, I will become an engineer. So what would happen now? Because all others say that math science subjects are difficult. If I could not get 3 A's, if I could not get into government universities for medical faculty and engineering faculties, what would happen for me? So I would tell that, as a professional, what we should develop is, number one is leadership. Number two is personality. most important thing that you should develop to succeed in whatever the career is logical thinking. So you should have a good sense of thinking, logical thinking, critical thinking. If you can develop this logical thinking and critical thinking, whatever the career path that you select, definitely you will go to the peak in that career level. Okay, right. So when you consider A level subjects, especially if you are doing maths and biology, the practice that you are going to take for 2.5 years definitely going to change the way that you think. Right now you all are in O level mindset, and the calculations, everything is based on your O level knowledge. With the 2 years when you work in these math science subjects, you will realize how much of knowledge that you are going to gain. The way that you think going to be completely different. Right, normally in your families also you might have noticed, if your brother or a sister have done O level what A level science subjects, they are somewhat different from the other family members, because that happens actually in my family also. I'm the only one who did math subject. All my siblings have done commerce. I'm a bit different from them, right? So then if you do now, let's say now maths and bio subjects, then definite path is, we know that maths and bio subject, the definite path is you can become a doctor. If not, you can become an engineer. So we all know, because we all doing A levels to become doctor or engineer, most of you. So then what would happen if my result is rather than my result is 3 years, let's say my result is 2 A's 1B, let's say 1A 2B, let's say my result is 3B 3C, then what will happen for my future? So then can't I shift then my career to any other what different parts? Obviously can. If you are doing maths knowledge is, no, you can flexibly change your path, because in the corporate today you understand now, if you have done, if you're coming with maths background, it's not you are not only going to go in engineering field, right? Just search and see. So people who have done maths, sometimes they might have changed their path after A levels, and they started doing CIMA, ACCA chartered, and they have become professional accountants, finance specialists in that side. If not, people who have done math subjects, what have they done? They have become marketing leaders, and they have become procurement team leaders. So likewise, and some of have them become lawyers, right? Therefore, so you don't think that if you have done A levels, so you only have to become doctor, you only have to become engineer. That's completely wrong, right? After A levels, you can go with any path that you prefer. So therefore there you don't keep any barrier or restriction there. So you can ask some questions also, meantime you can ask some questions also, then I can answer. So therefore it's a broad thing, right? Okay, so then okay, right. So then next thing is next thing is so I will tell you then now O level finished, right? Still you have no idea about what to be done in your A levels, but you just roughly you came to a conclusion, I will do A level in math science stream. First problem is whether I am good enough to do A level math science stream. That problem you all have. So you don't, if you are interested, then you can keep on going. If you are interested, you can keep on going, right? So then the next problem that you are facing is then do I want to start my A levels immediately, or shall I take a small break and shall I start my A levels? Then I told you that no, as soon as possible start doing A levels. Don't you take a break, because if you take a break, if you miss some sections in the beginning, definitely you will struggle to catch the remaining sections, because this we noted for our all the previous batches students who joined the class bit late, because some of you still have a mindset, especially students who are doing math science, they think that after my O level result come, based on my O level result I will see whether doing O level math science or A level math science or A level commerce arts. That's a completely wrong decision. That's completely wrong decision. If you are scoring a good result, I am doing A level math science. If you are scoring bad result, I am going for commerce and art, is completely wrong decision. You should select your path if you interest in that path only. If you like to do maths, then you should do maths. So then what they do, now just now O levels, you guys just wrote the O levels in March, right? March. Generally it takes around 3 to 4 months to get the what results. So then you will get your O level result by April, May, June, July. You will get your results by July, right? In case if you are joining A level classes by July, we might have completed around 40% of Unit 2 in physics, right? If you could not come, if you could not join before we start Unit 2, even you join after July, you are not able to understand the remaining sections. So therefore, if you committed to do, if you are interested in doing math science subjects, and without any delay, quickly start working from the beginning, start working as soon as possible. So now today's introduction session, so it's okay. Second week we are taking a holiday. Third week onwards, get ready to work with me if you are joining my classes. Third week onwards, get ready to work with me if you are joining my classes. That's the story. So the next problem is, okay, right, okay, I'm okay, I understand what you are telling, right? I'm interested, yeah, I'm going to start working with you. Then the next problem you are facing is, now what shall I do? Shall I join the classes through online, or shall I join through the classes physically? So what is the right thing, what is better? Some people tell that A level classes time duration is large. O levels, I think, even in science maths classes also, O levels class duration was about 2 hours. But when it comes to A levels, my seniors, they have told the time duration is 4 hours, 4.5 hours. So in that case, what is the best option, sir? Shall I do the shall I join classes through online classes, or shall I follow some physical classes nearby my home? That is the next problem that you are facing. Because before going to the schools, before going for the schools for A levels, you have to go classes. So then you want to select the right class. When selecting right class, the problem is, okay, then shall I join for online classes, or shall I join for physical classes? Now it depends. Now depends means, if I am you, right? Because when I was doing my A levels, there wasn't any online classes in those, I think, 10 years back, right? Now there are online classes. If I am you, definitely I would go with online classes if I am you. So I don't tell that everyone should follow online classes. If I am you, definitely I will go with online classes. Why? There's a reason. The reason is, people who join for math science streams should have a very big patient, very big confident, should ready to do hard work, should have a great determination. All right. For those people only who can go for a good result in math science subjects. Right. If you have those qualities, what is the biggest problem that students highlight in online classes? They tell that the first thing is, when we are having 3 hour 4 hour classes, the biggest problem I face is I can't keep my focus for entire three and a half an hour class. So I can keep my focus for my first hour, so then I'm not able to keep my focus in the remaining time. So that is the first problem that we most students say regarding online classes. Because if they go to a physical class, somehow they can keep the focus, but online days it's a bit difficult. The second point they are telling, because based on the area where you live, sometimes you might face some connection issues. So when you face connection issues, joining to a live session and understanding the theories, definitely it's difficult, no doubt. I also agree, if you are facing some connection issues, that's a problem. That's a problem. But option one, can't focus throughout the class. People students say that point, but I will talk about this point. Second problem is the connection issue. I think these are the two main issues that you're facing regarding online classes. The benefits, the benefits for a A level student, what is most important thing is the time, right? Because sometimes based on the your place, sometimes you have to travel around 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers. Some people should have to travel 40 kilometers per day, up and down both, to go for the class and come back. In that case, you want to spend a big time for your transportation, not for the class time. Then also you want to spend for very big money. Rather than time consumed and the money, The biggest thing is after you come back to the home, you are not able to do your self studies because you are entirely tired, right? So but if you are joining through online, so you can save your time. Obviously you can save your money, but I'm not going to talk about that. You can save your time, but the most important thing is you can stay in your home very comfortably, right? So what you can do, some people now, some boys, what they do, they don't wear a t-shirt also, they just join through online and without any t-shirt. Now sometimes they keep their legs on the table, sometimes they while eating they listen. So then you can stay in an online class very comfortably, right? Very comfortable you can stay and you can learn. So when you go for a physical class, yes, you have to dress properly because that matters, right? You want to dress properly and you want to behave very politely. Sometimes you have to sit among that huge crowd that make you very uncomfortable, right? Sometimes you have to stay in the class very uncomfortable. But if it is online, so you can stay comfortably and you can learn. That is the best thing. Then you can save your time, you can save your money for the transportation and the food money and everything. And also most important thing is you can be relaxed. That's the important thing, right? So but the thing is now, the problem in online classes can't focus. But I in the beginning that can be agree because you are doing classes, because you have gone classes for 2 hours. Suddenly when we start doing 3 hour 3.5 hour 4 hour classes, sometimes you might face a difficulty in focusing classes. But what will happen, once you adopt to A level classes, it might take around 2 to 3 months to adopt to the A level pattern. After adopting, if you're really interested doing math science subjects, I don't think it's bit difficult to keep your focus, right? It's my responsibility also teach you everything very understandable manner, and it's my responsibility to somehow keep your focus. That's my responsibility. I will do that parallelly if you are interested. So you can't tell that my focus is going out of track. You can't say like that. So therefore I would tell that it which class is better, whether it's online is better, joining online is better, or joining physical class is better. Then if I am you, definitely I will go with online option. But that does not mean that you all should do the classes online. You can join physical classes also. You decide what you want, because since it's in April month, so you can just try some online classes as well. You can try some physical classes also. You just go and see actually. So I don't always tell to join my class. It's an overall idea. It's an overall idea I'm giving. You just go and see whether which is suitable, right? Online is okay, or physical class is okay, or that you can decide it. The next problem is after selecting the class. The next problem is, then now there's a trend, sir. Most of A level students, especially doing math science subjects, they are doing privately. So they do private A levels, right? Is it compulsory to join for a school for my A levels? If not, what is the best option? Shall I do my A levels as a private candidate, or shall I join for another school? If you are continuing in your same school, also fine. If not, shall I join? Some students have to change their school because some schools up to O levels only they are. Then sometimes that A level classes are not happening in the right condition in some schools. In that case, they have to what change their schools. Then they are asking, sir, what is the best option? Shall I change my school or shall I do privately? So that is also, I can't tell exactly 50-50. There are some benefits of going schools for A level, but also there are some benefits of doing A levels as private candidate. Everything depends on your commitment. If you are 100% commitment, if you can keep your focus without what going out of track, then better if you can join private A levels. I'm not encouraging because there's a reason behind that. So what I'm saying is, if you can keep you focused in the track when you go for private A levels, you can save a lot of time. Because if you are going for a school, if you are going for a school, then obviously there are benefits and disadvantages in both the ways. I will tell you. If you are planning to do private A level, if you are planning to do A levels privately, the first benefit is time. So only you have to go for three base classes for each subject, and Only that. After 6 months later, you join for the theory classes. Paper classes will be starting. Then you have to join a good paper class for each subject. So then, overall, you have 6 classes to attend until your A levels. Right? If you are doing privately, then you don't have to go to school. Then you have enough time to do work, self learning. You have enough time. That is important, right? It doesn't matter you go to whatever the most popular class in the universe. If you don't do self studies in A level, math science subjects, definitely you can't go for 3 years. So therefore, the main factor which decides your A level result is how much time, how long you have worked by your cell phone, how long you have done your self studies. So then what happens? Yes, then if you are doing privately, the biggest thing is advantage is you have enough time to work by yourself on. That is the best thing for an area student. Time is the precious thing than the money. Let's say time is the very precious thing, not the money, the time. But the disadvantage in doing private A level is self evaluation. Sometimes you will understand, sometimes with your right background. Just now you guys did your O levels. Some of you have done your O levels nicely. You guys thinking, okay, right, I have done my O levels, my school exams, term test, I have done very good way, I'm a very bright student. So therefore A level also, yes, I can do, I can perform very well, right? But we don't know whether you can perform very well or not until you write an exam in A level standards, right? So therefore, the biggest problem is if you are doing A level as a private candidate, the problem is there is any self evaluation. Yeah, in classes we do, we keep exams and we check where are you when compared with the other students. You can get an evaluation there, that's obvious. We do exams, and right, once a month, twice in a month, we keep exams and we check where are you, where you should go, what are your mistakes we do in the class. But in schools, because normally school term test, based on school term test only, we can tell that yeah, among these people I'm here, I'm first, I'm second, my marks is 90, 80. When you do private A levels, you can't do that self evaluation. And sometimes if you are joining online, you are doing privately, means sometimes you are almost isolated among your what batchmates. You almost were isolated among your batchmates. You are going classes, but you don't know exactly what other students are doing, how they are studying, whether they are studying better than me, whether am I, is it enough of study, is it enough the load, the work that I'm doing so far. So you can't compare it, right? You can't do a self evaluation because you are not doing exams like school term test. And also you can't see what others doing, how they are studying. If you are joining only online classes, then you don't go to school, you are joining only online. So then you don't see how your other batchmates studying and everything. You just think that the my work plan, the way that I'm working is enough to get 3 years. But you can't compare. When you start comparing only, we can understand where are you exactly. That is the first disadvantage in doing private A levels. Next thing is going out of track easily, because we are working, we are doing this physics subject for 2.5 years almost. I will tell you that stories also. So what is the biggest problem is, we all get fed up. I will tell you my story also. Definitely will get fed up. So once you get fed up, sometimes we give up, right? When you give up, so then what will happen? Because in the beginning most students they do very well, based on the what class exam. So if not based on, in case if you could not understand, if you don't understand lesson, what will happen? You completely you give up. So in that case what happens, you can easily go out of the track. In there is a problem of that also when you are doing private A levels. So then next disadvantage is, if you are going for a school, most of schools, okay, I will tell you the benefits of going for a schools. Then obviously benefit is, you can evaluate yourself by doing some standard exams, term test papers, right? Then you can know where are you now, what you want to do thereafter. You can get advices from your school teachers, obviously. You can talk with me all the time, that's true. But you can talk with your school teachers and you can get some advices. Then you can develop yourself according to A level. The next thing is, most of schools they have the lab facilities, right? Because in physics subject, I will tell you there are 38 practicals that you should do, right? Because I will tell you the exam structure and everything, I will tell you. So in that case, If you go for a school, then you are able to do those 38 practicals in your science lab. Then you can get a good knowledge, good exposure with the practicals. But if you are doing A level as a private candidate, sometimes you might lose. But in my classes also, I am doing. But when you compare going school or private candidate, there's a disadvantage there, right? And also the biggest disadvantage for A level student is the time. Just imagine, just imagine, Monday to Friday morning, you have to go to school. School's time, let's say school starts at 7:15 a.m. School finishes at 1 p.m. for an example. So you have to wake up very early in the morning, sometimes 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m. depends. And also after school finishes at 1:15 p.m., 3 p.m. normally in Colombo, 3 p.m. if you're joining for physical classes, I'm telling, right? Then 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. you have classes. Then you have to go to school, right? Because you can't skip your schools because most of schools they check about what attendance. If you don't score a good attendance, sometimes they don't allow you to do A levels through school. That's a problem also. Then you want to go to schools. Parallelly, you want to go for classes also. And also after 6 months later, they are keeping paper class also. Then 6 classes are there. If you are going only one class for each subject, there are 6 classes there, paper and theory. So in that case, the time that you have to do work by your cell phone, the time that you have to practice questions, tute questions, past papers, very less. It's very less. Getting A entirely depends on how much time that you put, how much time that you commit to do by your own for your self studies. More you practice at your home, more you do questions, definitely, then your obvious path will be. So therefore, that is the advantage and disadvantages of doing private A levels and going for school. So you want to decide where you want to go, where you want to go. So I will brief it. Okay, we'll take a small break also. We'll take a small break also. Now you can ask questions, right? So feel free to talk with me. I don't want to extend the session. Still, I didn't tell you the structure or exam patterns, or I didn't tell anything. I will tell you. Shall I brief what we have talked so far? Now, what we have talked so far. First thing is summary of what we have talked so far. First point is, if you like, if you think you have the confidence, if you are really interested doing math science streams, not because of your parents recommend, not because your parents want to see you as doctors or engineers, if you think you really want to do this math science streams, obviously start working, join classes for math science classes. You don't worry about your O level result. That's completely all right. That's completely all right. That is the first point. Your result is good or bad, it's okay. We'll do something. If you really want to do A level, if you really like to do A level math science subjects, start subjects. Second point summaries. Uh, Immediately classes, all the areas classes started. Immediately start going classes. If not, you will suffer a lot, right? You will understand physics, especially subject like physics. Immediately go for classes without any delay. Don't you take any break, because in our life, no breaks in between. More you grow, you have less break. Just think about your parents, mothers and fathers. So therefore, immediately start A levels. Don't take any break in between. Third one is online classes or physical classes. You want to select which suits more. If I am you, I will do online classes based on the time. Time is the main factor for an A level students to decide A result or W result. So therefore, whether choosing online classes or physical classes, you want to select that. If you are really good at focusing very well, if you have really good commitment, I tell please go with online. It's a new trend. Most of students adopt to online classes. Fourth one is private candidate, or if not school candidate, what is better? I tell you, I don't tell specifically do private A levels. No, but there are 50%, 50% advantage, disadvantage. But always keep in your mind, more the time that you can save, you can put the time for your self studies, right? Right. But I'm not encouraging you to stop going schools for A levels. No, that's completely wrong, because as a one day you will be a big professional. In that case, not only education is sufficient, but also what you have to join for clubs, societies, you want to develop your extracurricular activities. Everything matters, everything matters. So therefore I'm not recommending to stop the class. Schools, no, you want to decide whether doing private or whether going for school. It should come from your end. So I'm just summarizing, I'm just comparing, you select what is best for you. I think we discussed only 4 points. We took, I think, around 45 minutes. Shall we take a small break? Normally, I give some breaks. Shall we drink some water and come? Hands up. How many of you say we'll take some? We'll drink some water and come. Hands up. We'll drink some water and come. We'll drink some water and come. Only once. Raise his hands. Only one. Only one. Just put some replies. So you want to continuously. You won't need this discussion. No. Shall we take a small break and come? Just put some replies in the chat box quickly. Put some replies quickly. What shall we do? Put some replies. What shall we do now? No replies. Okay, raise your hands. Huh? Raise your hands. We'll take 5 minute break and we'll come. How many of you going with option one? We'll take 5 minute break and raise your hands. You know how to raise your hands, right? Not physically. There's an option called raise hand. Raise your hands. We'll take 5 minute break and come. Option number two. Option number two. No need. No need. Since we are doing a 2 hour session, shall we quickly finish it? How many of you going with option two answer? Going with option two answer. Option two. There are many. There are many in option two. Right? Okay. Okay. So then the questions. Do you guys have any question to ask? You can ask questions. Put in the chat box. Ace Academy. Right. So one question from you. You are in this. Could you please give us an idea regarding the physics first lesson? That is one question from you. Likewise, you ask questions, I will tell you, because I want to tell some important points. I will tell you that story. Okay. So likewise, you can ask some questions. Sir, can you tell about the A-level physics syllabus? Great. Great question. Okay. Right. Okay. So then I will tell you what are the subjects in A-level math science. Based on where you want to go, what are the subjects that you want to select? I will quickly go to there. Right. Okay. The next point is maths bio streams. If you are doing biology, most of students doing biology to become a doctor, but some doing biology not to become doctor. So there are two types of subject selection if you are doing biology. You have to listen now story. Hereafter, keep your focus. You ask questions. Huh? I am reading your questions. Can you brief the A-level physics syllabus? And is going for an experienced teacher or better? Oh, it doesn't matter at all. Yes, we'll talk. We'll talk. So we'll talk. Right. Biology. Then the math stream. If you are doing biology for your A levels, you can select two subjects, sets of subjects. The most common subject selection is obviously if you are doing biology, biology should be must. Then chemistry should be there, right? You can select physics if you are planning to become doctors, right? Biology, chemistry, physics. Physics. If you want to go for medical faculties, definitely you should select this subject frame: biology, chemistry, and physics. There is another category of subject selection as well: biology, chemistry, Rather than choosing physics as the third subject, you can select agricultural subjects. Agriculture. But it's very rare to see students selecting this subject selection: biology, chemistry, agriculture. Very rarely only students select, but there is a decent crowd who is going with this option as well. But most of students, they are going with biology, chemistry, physics. So what is the problem then? What is the main difference? What happens because all of my seniors saying physics is relatively difficult subject for biology people. So uh, if I, rather than doing physics, if I do agriculture, will it a problem for me to become a doctor? Yes. If you are going with biology, chemistry, and agriculture, you can't select to medical faculties in Sri Lanka. Colombo Medical Faculty, Japura, Peradine Medical Faculty, you are not able to become a doctor, right? If you are planning to become a doctor, if you want to enter to medical faculties, definitely you want to select biology, chemistry, physics, right? If you're planning to become doctors. So now keep your focus, okay? Hereafter, right? Hereafter, keep your focus. Hereafter, I'm telling everything on point. So we'll finish before 10 o'clock, right? So then, this is the most popular one also. When it comes to math streams also, now again, you can select your subject selection in two different ways. Only one subject is varying. The very common, but we can't tell now. Now there's a trend to shift from one. I will tell you now. The first subject selection is, if you are doing maths, combine maths as your first subject. If you are doing biology, bio subject, biology. If you are doing maths subject, combine maths. I just put capital M. Or definitely you want to do physics. Then what you can do, you can select chemistry. If you are doing maths, the second option of subject selection is, definitely you want to select maths. And then physics. Instead of chemistry, what you can do, you can select ICT subject, advanced level ICT. But recently we identified there is a most students, there's a big trend of shifting from selecting chemistry rather than selecting chemistry. There's a small trend to doing ICT as the subject. But you know what's the problem? If you are planning to do, if you are planning to go for engineering faculties, Moratuva engineering faculty, if you want to go to what, Peradin engineering faculty, Japur engineering faculty, keep in your mind, you have to select maths, physics, chemistry as your subject combination. In case if you are selecting maths, physics, and ICT, remember, you can't get into, even you get 3 A's for these three subjects. If you're selecting maths, physics, ICT, keep in your mind, you can't enter to engineering faculties in Sri Lankan universities. Sri Lankan government, I'm talking about government universities, right? Keep in your mind, right? So, but definitely, if you go with this option, maths, physics, ICT, yeah, there are many software degrees. There are many computer science degrees provided by the local government universities. You can enter to what IT degrees. You can go for universities for IT degrees. But if you are planning to become an engineer, right, engineering faculties, you have to select definitely maths, physics, and chemistry. Because I tell you why. Because in 24 batch, I found one student, very bright student. He's very bright. He does questions 5 hour 5 minute question he does within 1 minute. Very bad guy. What he has done is, he was not aware he want to enter to engineering faculty, Moratuva engineering faculty, as a computer science engineer. He want to go for computer science engineering department. So he was not aware. What he has done is, he has selected maths, physics, and ICT rather than maths, physics, and chemistry. If he is planning to go for engineering faculty, computer science engineering, he should select this combination. He is very bright. Unfortunately, he is not aware in the first beginning of his A levels. He selected this option. Unfortunately, he could not go to, even he get 3 years, he could not go for the engineering faculties. So therefore, most popular one is this one. This one, doctors, engineers, right? Engineers. Okay, right. Okay. So then, Now I will tell you. Now I think you might have gone for classes for chemistry sessions, biology, combined maths, ICT. You might have gone. Therefore, I'm not talking anything about other subjects. I will hereafter. I will talk about physics subject. Now, shall we compare? Now, I'm going to compare physics subject along with biology, chemistry, ICT. For my opinion, it's my opinion. When you compare biology, it's my opinion, chemistry, ICT, physics, and combined maths. And combined maths. I would say that the easiest subject among these five is obviously ICT. It's easiest, right? It's relative. It's my opinion. This is the easiest subject, right? So when it comes to biology, it's not there are no any complex concept to understand. There isn't any complex equations. There are different stories. If you are really focused well, if you understand the stories, obviously you want to remember, learn by heart stuffs are there. But biology not difficult to understand, can understand easily, right? Chemistry also, it seemed like complex, but it's not complex. Chemistry is 50-50 something. There are theories and there are questions, both are there. Comparing with ICT biology, I would tell chemistry bit complex, but not difficult. Very interesting chemistry. My favorite subject also was chemistry. So then what will happen? Then combined maths is really bit complex. Combined maths is complex than biology, chemistry, and ICT. For biology people, the difficult subject is physics, because it's all about we have to think here. Just because you learn theory, sometimes you can't do the questions. So physics subject is really complex. I would tell that when you compare combined maths and physics, uh, you have to do many pages sometimes to get answer in combined maths. So you want to do 3-4 pages of simplifications, then only you will end up with the answer. Simplification wise, combined math subjects are complex, right? But when it comes to physics, in combined math, simplification complex. But if you can get the idea easily, simplification is complex. But when it comes to physics, getting the idea what to be done, where to start, how to start, that is the difficult thing in physics. But simplification wise, not that much difficult also. So I would tell that. So physics subject is relatively complex than all the subjects. Now, if I brief, what are we going to learn in physics? What are we going to learn, sir? Then okay, because science we have learned the things. What are we going to learn in physics? In your syllabus, right? Syllabus. There are. I will give you the rough. In your physics syllabus, there are 11 units to cover. How many? 11. So you ask your questions, right? So there are 11 units. So unit 1, unit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And the largest syllabus belongs to physics. Largest syllabus belong to physics. And also, unfortunately for your batch, so you are going to write your A-level exams in 2027 August. That means this is 2025 April, 2025 April. 2025 April, we all are writing A-level exams in 2027 August, means by the end of July. So roughly, forget about April, May, June, July. So you have exactly 2 years and 3 months. But normally for a A student, so they have 2 years and 6 months to complete the syllabus. But you are having very small time, 3 months lacking. You have only 2 years and 3 months. Normally 2 years and 6 months time duration is there for A student. So then time is also less. So we want to finish the syllabus within this given time. Definitely we should try our maximum to cover the syllabus at least 3 months before the 3 months before the L exam. So in that case, the plan should be Just assume we are starting the classes in the mid of April properly. Mid of April we are starting. Within before 2027 end of April we should select. That means within taking 2 years of 2 years. Within 2 years exactly, within 24 months exactly, we want to do this entire syllabus. Unit 1, measuring instrument, dimensions and units. It's very simple unit, very small unit. I'm not going to tell every unit what are we going to learn. Sometimes you don't understand. I just brief it. Unit 1 is obviously easy. Unit 1, if I brief it, anyone can understand. All the lessons are understandable only, but when you compare, also all lessons are understandable only when you compare the complexity. Based on the complexity, I tell that this is somewhat difficult, somewhat easy. But you don't worry, just see my recordings, see my videos in YouTube. Sulaiman Namas, Sulaiman Physics, search my videos, my teaching pattern. Then normally, because I'm doing engineering, physics for me is not a big concern, because I'm really working with physics my day to day, my life actually. So therefore, just see my explanations, then you will understand where he is now. You can compare my explanations, my teaching with other teachers also. You want to try some other classes also, obviously, right? So then you just understand. Comparatively, I will tell what is easier and difficult. I will give a small summary, but you don't come to a conclusion. Then, no, God, physics is difficult. I'm not going to do maths or science streams. I will do commerce. It's a wrong decision. Always ready to tackle, ready to face the barrier, face the issue, come out from your comfortable zone, start working, challenge yourself daily, then only you can get into the next stage in your life, right? So now normally unit 1 is not a big lesson, and also nothing there to think so much. You will understand, you'll understand. Then out of 11 units, the shortest unit in your syllabus is unit 5, gravitational field. Gravitational field, shortest unit. But in that case also, we need 1 month to complete gravitational field. Around 1 month, 2 to 3 weeks, enough to complete. But if we are doing more questions, in that case, we need roughly 1 month. Gravitational field. This is the shortest. FIELD. I have no more to write Ella. Shortest syllabus lesson unit. Then unit 10 and 11, comparing with unit 5, unit 5 short, with unit 5 shortest and easy also. Very easy unit. And then you will find relatively easy units as you are unit 10 and 11, properties of materials, matter and radiation. They are relatively easy when you compare with other units. Properties of materials, I don't explain what is inside, we are learning, can't do that. Even I explain to understand, and we can't explain within this time also. Proper, you just roughly mark down properties of materials, properties of materials, matter and radiation, matter and radiation, matter and radiation. Ask questions, I will reply, okay? After I complete this and my work plan, definitely I will reply all your doubts. Within, try maximum to, I will try definitely before 10 o'clock. Matter and radiation. These are short units and also easy units, short and easy. Short, easy. But the problem is, generally we take around 1 month to complete unit 1. It consists 3 sections. I will brief it. In unit 1, what you are doing, unit 1, we are learning first units. Unit means kilograms, grams, Newton. Likewise, we are talking some stories. I will tell you those in the class. Then we talk about a new concept you might have done in all levels, dimensions, dimensional analysis. That might be something new, dimensions. Then the last category is measuring instruments to measure the length, width. So we are learning measuring instruments. We talk about vernier calipers, micrometer gauge. There are different moving telescope, measuring instruments. These are first unit. Measuring instruments. We take 1 month here, maximum 1 month here. Normally 2 to 3 weeks also enough. 1 month, 1 month. So then altogether to complete 1, 2, 3, 4 units out of 11, we need 1 month each. So we can remove out of 24 months, we can remove 4 months to complete 4 units. 1, 5, 10, 11, 4 units, 4 months we can remove from 20 months. Then we have 24 months. Then we have remaining 20 months. We have pending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 units to cover. Keep in your mind, 6 units to cover. We have around 20 months, right? 4 units, 1 month each, 4 month, okay. Remaining 20 months, we have to cover 6 units. Keep in your mind, the largest unit in your syllabus, the unit where your knowledge entirely changes, the unit where your logical thinking, everything changes, is from mechanics unit 2. That's why we are called unit 2 as the heart of physics. We do this unit, not me, all the teachers. They take around 10 months. 20 months we have remaining to do 6 more units, but we have to take, even you do quickly also, at least you need 10 months to complete unit 2. But we are starting unit 2 by the beginning of May, June. In the first week of June, we are starting unit 2. Oral salt will come mostly end of July. In the first week of June, we are starting unit 2. We take 10 months to complete unit 2. So you are senior batch, 26 batch. Just now, last week only, we finished unit 2, and this month we are entering unit 3. They joined the classes roughly 11 months or 10 months before you guys joined. Just now we completed unit 2 in 26 batch. Not only me, when you compare, some teachers they take exactly 1 year, 12 months, sometimes 1 year and 1 month. I am relatively faster than them. We take around 10 months to complete unit 2. Right? Keep in your mind, if you are planning to go for become doctors or engineers, it doesn't matter where you go classes. Join my class or join whoever the sir that you like. It's up to you. Never miss unit 2 because interconnected. First week you go to the class, second week you are sick, third week you are going class, means keep in your mind you are not able to understand the lesson. Third week you don't understand means fourth week you don't understand, fifth week you don't understand, then you give up going classes. Never skip unit 2, very important. So this is a core, unit 2 mechanics core. There are plenty of subsections. It's the heart of physics. I will tell you my class. I am giving what I will tell you. I will give recordings. I will tell the stories. Okay. After doing this, I will tell the stories also. You ask question in the group also, because it's a question and discussion. You can be very comfortable, right? Normally I give breaks in between, but since you guys is telling no, I don't need any break. I'm continuously doing. We'll finish before 10 o'clock. I don't do more than 2 hours. That's my plan. Okay. So then 24 months, 4 units, 4 month gone. 10 months we have to spend for unit 2. Then remaining we have 10 months. We have 10 months remaining. Within 10 months, we want to do 5 units. How it's possible? Keep in your mind, when you are doing unit 2, that is the place where the transition from O level to A level happens. Right now, if I give a small simplification, let's say for an example, I will tell you, if I ask you to simplify this, if I ask you to simplify this, 20 over 19 plus 9 over 11, that is equal to what? 25 over A. I know that. If I ask you to substitute this equation, I'm asking substitute simply. If there is only one variable simple A, what you do, if there is no another variable simple A, what you do, you move 9 over 11, this term to the right side, then 25 minus 9 over 11, then you try to substitute simply. But what will happen when there is another variable also? You want to find simple A. Simple A is at two different locations, here and there. First of all, in that case, you want to bring all the simple A terms in one side. Then you know the simplification is going to be difficult. So right now, if I ask you to do this, I know most of you can't do. Most of you can't do. You just try to do it. You can't do. But understand, within these 10 months, we are developing your simplification skills. If you're not good at logic, if you're not good at looking at logbooks and getting answers, I will tell you, I will teach you. We are developing that skill, right? The sine costant scenarios, the simplification scenarios, everything will be developed in this period. The way to think, how to identify, how to judge what will be the next consequence, next step, what will happen. That story, everything, little by little, I will feed you, and I will make your knowledge, I will make the way that you think, I will make you the way that you think to next level. So you will understand. See my videos in Unit 2, just you will understand. There are recordings. Ace Academy platform also, I share the link. What you do, you just go to that link and there are free sessions, vertical motion, projectile motion. Just see. If not, if you request, I will give access for only for this first month, 2 months to understand what's really happening in aerial classes. I will give free access to join my 25 theory class and 25 revision class and 26 theory class. You just come and see. Don't you want to stay for a long time? Just come and see what's happening. I will give access. You just join through online. Then you understand what's happening, right? So this is the problem. So unit 3, oscillation and waves. Unit 4, heat. When it comes to unit 6, 7, 8, 9, students are very unfamiliar. Right? Electric field. Then electricity, this is magnetic field, electricity, electronics. When it comes to electronics, I would tell that for students, the general idea, the difficult, complex subject, complex unit, easiest unit is unit 5, gravitational field. Complex shortest unit will be gravitational field, properties of materials and matter and radiation. Longest unit is mechanics. The complex unit in your syllabus is electronics. The problem is, in mechanics, if I tell when by taking your bat, when you hit a ball, that ball is moving in a projectile motion, and because you have the experience, because we all are watching cricket, so therefore we know when someone hits the ball, how the path of the ball would be, we all know, we can imagine. Just think, if I ask you, I have a tennis ball in my hand and I'm going to throw to a vertical wall. You can imagine that thing. The Sulaiman Sir is there. Sulaiman Sir is projecting the ball, what? Horizontally to this vertical wall. Then ball will bounce back. That story we have seen many times in our life. So therefore, understanding scenarios in unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11 is easy. But electronics means, if I tell you electronics, what you get, electronic means computer is electronic, computer, mobile phone. That is the first what idea that you get. But when you go inside a computer, we talk about what? Diodes, transistors, ICs, some of you might have aware. The function of a diode, the function of a transistor, sometimes we have seen, we have practiced in the real world. In that case, understanding the stories might be a bit complex. It's teachers' responsibility to somehow make you imagine unseen stories like seen stories. But that is not happening among teachers. So teachers, they don't give the right idea of this electronics. So therefore, students can't grab that. Therefore, most of them tell electronics will be difficult. But when it comes to my story, my university, I got A plus for my electronic module. Right, I am very big expert in electronics. So teaching electronics for me is not difficult because I'm an engineering graduate. You all know me, right? Just for the degree, I didn't take the degree. I'm a professional as an engineer. So therefore, day-to-day life, I'm working with all of these. So therefore, I can explain. This is the overall idea. Right now, some questions are asked. Time is 9:15. Within half an hour, we'll try to finish it. Anyhow, we will do a podcast. I will share that podcast video also in the next week, most probably. I will describe there in detail. Okay. So then one student asked that, so could you please give us an idea regarding the physics first lesson? First lesson means you know that you can ask questions, right? Whatever the question you want to ask, you like apple, you can ask a question like that. So you like ball, what is some stupid questions also you can ask, but don't you ask like that also. Ask some questions that you get in your mind to be clarified. So unit 1, there are 3 sections. When I do the lesson, you will understand. Units, dimension analysis, measuring instruments. Comparing with these 3 subsections, normally dimension is somewhat complex for your level right now, but you don't worry, it's easy. That's the story. Next question asked by some student is what? Next question. So, can you tell about A level physics syllabus? I have given a rough idea. If you want to know a bit deep, you can ask a question. If you want to know much deeper, you can ask a question. But I don't take time and I don't explain, because just I explain what is happening in electric field. You guys don't understand definitely. Can't explain. Right? Therefore, this is an overall idea, because you want to know there are 11 units. These are the units. Also, you want to do 38 practicals. 38 practicals must. From these level units, there are 38 practicals you want to do in your school labs. But for my physical students, what I do, I bought these instruments. Right, I spend a lot of money, and I have bought some instruments. What these hair apparatus, and likewise. So there are many measuring instruments, vernier calipers, everything I bought. So physical students, I will do this practical session physically. Before I will tell you the now, I will tell you the work plan. There are 38 practicals now. The next one is work plan. 38 practicals are there in physics. I will tell you in my class what I am doing. I will tell you. So then, okay. Next question. Next question is, so can you like brief the A level physics syllabus, and is going for experienced teachers are better, or it does not matter at all? The biggest problem. Okay, keep in your mind. Sulaiman Sir is telling the story. My experience is 8 years, so we can't judge who is well experienced and who is not well experienced. And also keep in your mind, just because one teacher is well experienced, that does not mean that he can teach you to understand. First point is, when you are selecting an A level teacher, first see that whether he explains the right thing, whether he explains properly, whether you are able to understand he is explaining. It doesn't matter he is the popular teacher in the universe, in the parallel universe also. If you don't understand what he teaches, please don't go to the class. No use. Just because the biggest problem among you is, all your students is, you don't like to be isolated in a class. You don't want to be alone. Right? What you always try, where are my friends going? So I also want to join with them and going, because going classes alone is very uncomfortable for me, especially girls and boys, both they are doing. So wherever others going, you also going. For others, that teacher might be okay, can understandable, but for you, you don't understand, but still you are following the classes A level because your friends are going. Please, you don't do that in your life. There is only one, that is you. You want to somehow succeed your life, succeed your future. Please don't select classes just because your friends are going. If you go to the class and if you understand very well, then go to the class. And also, next thing is, okay, I will add some points. Selecting a teacher, don't look at the appearance. I have seen some students. One student told me that one day that student is going for that particular teacher's class because that sir is smiling nicely, sir is talking nicely. So that's a very wrong mindset that students have, because sir talks very well, because sir smiles very well. Is it fair enough to join for a class? No, right? Because we are doing A levels, so you guys are ready to do the most difficult section, difficult streams in A levels, but you are selecting your class because your class, the teacher is smiling nicely or talking nicely. It's a very wrong mindset. Don't be like that. Next thing is, don't you expect entertainment, specially, right? Some jokes, I will, some jokes, or some gossip stories, don't you expect in A level teachers, and don't you classes, don't you go classes. O levels might be okay, but A level is not that much okay. Always go search for a class where teacher explains the points properly, theory properly, whether you understand properly, whether your teacher is doing questions. We can finish this syllabus within 1 year without doing tute questions. Is it worth enough? It's not worth enough. I will add those points. So therefore, when you are going for a class, see whether your teacher is doing the enough number of questions, whether he's having a plan, whether he's doing past paper questions, whether he's doing good papers, also whether he's doing all of these things with a proper consistency. In the first month of the what when your first month of the class started, everything will be happening nicely. With the time, what will happen, everything becomes slow, and sir is focusing on next batch. So please see those factors. Don't you only rely on popular teachers. Also, you just try all the teachers in the beginning, April. Just April, you just, if you get the free sessions, because you don't want to pay also. In April, my class also fully free for online physical both. Okay, April only. So you just go and check whether the way he's teaching is okay. Today you can't get any idea about my teaching, but you can see my recordings and you can get an idea. If not, April third week and fourth week we are teaching, then you can understand. Next thing is, keep in your mind, don't you go after teachers cars or vehicles. Oh, he is very popular, he has a Benz car, he has a what BMW car. Please don't go with that such options. Please don't do that. And next thing is I want to tell that some people come to a conclusion about a teacher by going only first day of class, also completely wrong. Now you come today class, and the way that I talk, based on that, some of you might think yes, he is good, he's talking well. Some of you might think no, this guy is not talking that much good, I don't like him. And you come to a conclusion, I am joining his class, no, I am not going to discontinue his class, I'm not going to his classes. That's completely wrong. You can't decide your A level teacher only by joining one day. Sometimes you need few months to understand whether this teacher is good or bad. So therefore, just because you join for one day, you can't come to a conclusion he is good or bad. It's completely wrong. Because I will tell you my story. In chemistry, I went for one of the popular teachers in single medium classes. I did my levels in single medium. So very first day, I was expecting he's young and something, but the first day I went to his class, he's very old. I didn't think that he is that much old. Then I thought, now I paid the fees also in the first month itself. So then I thought, oh god, then what shall I do? Then I can't go to another class, because I'm coming from middle lower class background. So therefore, my parents didn't have enough money to pay back for another class again. My parents didn't have the money. I can't ask also from them, give another 4,000 or 2,000 something and to pay the classes. I can't ask also. So then what I had done is, oh god, I somehow sadly or badly, I paid the fees for this class. So okay, what to do? Okay, we'll go these 4 weeks, and we'll try to change for the next month for a good teacher. Because I judge him by his appearance. He's very old. He's about 50, 55 years old. I'm very young. Ne? So then we don't like to go classes for old teachers, right? So then first week, not that much. He gave the introduction. Okay, okay. But second week, he started teaching. He's not joking. He's very strict teacher. Very strict teacher. He talked bad words also when students start talking in the class. He had thousands students of crowd in the physical class. There are thousands of students in the class. When he noticed one student is talking, starts bad words, he come and hit. Then third week, fourth week, the way he teaches, I loved. Then decided, until my levels, I'm not going to change this class, because the way he teaching is super. So therefore, you need some time to understand the teacher is good or bad. So I talk that story also, right? Next question, sir, do you provide tutors and online students? Yes, I will tell the story. Then that question I will want to answer. Sir, does there anything about PN junction electronics? Yes, there are many, right? In adults also, we are talking huge regarding PN junctions, PN, NPN, PNP. There are many, yeah. Bipolar junction, there are lots of stories there. Okay, I will tell you in electronics. Now, don't think about too much about this. So, would you recommend going to mass classes or individual classes? Okay, right. Okay, that's questions. Okay, now, now 9:25. Likewise, you can ask questions. So then, what have you done? Summarize it. Summarize it. Introduction, subjects, and the lesson. My work plan. I quickly talk about my work plan. Then I will quickly tell about what I have done and why I am here today as an engineer, because I have succeeded my life. I will tell you about my story and my work plan. Then I will answer your remaining questions. You can ask your questions as much as possible. Anyways, I will do a podcast a video and I will share it in the groups also. Right now, what I am doing normally, I am biased. I am much dedicated teacher, right? Because when talking about my background, I will tell you my background first. My background. Yes, in my scholarship, I got 161 marks out of 150. I passed my scholarship in my period. The cutout marks was 150. I got 161 and I passed scholarship. So then I can't, then that's because I passed scholarship. You can't tell I'm right. It depends. Ni. So then in my O levels also, without any issue, or grade 6, grade 1 to grade 11, I was the class first. I was the section first in my story. In my story. Yeah. So then my marks, always my marks are what, 90, 95. My average is about 90 something. I was very bright in my school life until O levels. I got 90s. Somehow I got 90s in my O levels. Then I did my schooling after that, O levels. I did my schooling at Royal College, Colombo. I got a full opportunity there because I got 90s. So then I started doing my A levels in Royal College, Colombo, the most prestigious school in the country, boys' school. You all know. I think you all know what is Royal College, right? So then started doing A level math stream, math stream. Because since when I was doing my grade 8, 9 also, I loved doing maths. I don't know. I loved doing maths and science. I'm really talented in all other subjects also, but I love doing maths and science. So it drive me to decide to do A level maths because I loved that much. When I heard A level maths subject and when I heard commerce, I loved doing maths. Without any doubt, I got 9 A's also. Somehow I started doing A level maths. My background until O level is very bright background, very bright student I was. Then in Royal College, I'm telling you stories because you can get something from my stories. In Royal College, I think I did my A levels in single medium. In single medium section, there were 6 classes. For single medium A level math stream, 6 classes there were, not biology. There were 6 single medium A level maths classes in Royal College. Every class, there were around 40 students. My classroom is 12M6. In my class also, there were 4 students. Right. In my previous school, I was the first student who got 9 A's. I was the only one who got 9 A's. I was the brightest in my previous school. So maybe I might have thinking about myself so much pride also. 9 A's, yes, I got 9 A's. I am the one. No one is there. I am everywhere. Then once I get into the A levels, my classroom there are 40. All the 40 students who studied with me got 9s. In the section, most of them have 9s in Royal College. They normally students do A levels mostly. It's a high school. So in my classroom, there are 40. All of them got 9s. I also got 9s. So then, okay, they all are 9s, but I also got 9s. It's okay. Still, I have that confidence. Okay, I don't mind about this. Yeah, I am really brighter than these guys. I will work hard and first term test, I will score very well and I will show who I am among others. Studied very well. Every day I went classes. I never missed any A level class in my A level history other than one day. One day I got so wise. One day I got so wise. On that day, my eyes are almost closed. My eyes were almost closed. But on that day also, I went to a class, chemistry class. I got inside the class. Suddenly, one called and Malli puta me in the me ayu atulta yanni. So then no, I'm going for chemistry class. Then he told that පුතා මේ වාගේ ඇහි මේ මොකක් කරි ඇස්ලට තියෙනවානේ මේ පන්තියට එන්න බෑ මේ AC එක පැතිර it spreads in the AC. I had so wise. So they have please go home. I went home very sadly. I never missed my A-level any class. So I studied very well. Then I faced my first term exam. So what happened was until O levels I got 995 the very first time. My first term test marks still I can remember. I got 50 for physics, 51 something for chemistry. Not tolerable. 50, 51. I have scored 995. My combined maths marks was 18 marks. Not only my marks, others' marks also reduced very much. There were 40. My rank was 34th. My rank was 34th out of 40. Just imagine I got 9A's until O levels. I never seen in my report a marks like 18. All the marks were more than 90. Very first time getting 50, 51, 18. How it would be, just imagine. Most of my friends completely fed up and they give up. They gave up. They stopped doing A levels. Some of them, they just did A levels, but they didn't want to focus. They just did A levels as they want, but they didn't study well. I also fed up, but I always, because when whatever we start in the beginning, we should finish it properly, right? Right. So what I have done, I motivated myself because no one there to motivate me. I motivated myself. Yes, you can. It's okay. You got 50 and 18, 51. It's okay. You keep on working. It's okay. Every day you get fed up. That's fine. But you keep on working until you write the exam. It's completely all right. And I keep on work. I worked hard more and more and more and more. And only I could get 3 A's in my math stream. Okay. So therefore, my story also, I'm not like a bright student actually. Until O levels, yeah, I got 9A's. But after A level story, among A level students, I was very average one. I could not understand some theories very quickly because now some, if I tell about Newton laws also, I can't easily grab it. Yes, I got 9A's, but I can't easily grab the things easily. So I go home and I study hard and I studied a lot. I did lots of work behind that and I got 3 A's. So what I want to say is, from my A level journey, how based on how I got 3 A's, proper work plan should be there from a teacher to student. Students sometimes still they have no idea what are we going to learn, how are we going to learn, when are we going to learn. Students, you all don't have the idea. So as a teacher, I want to give that idea properly. I am always believing more we do work, more we get. Right? More we do questions, more we can answer the paper. So I am in that mindset. So my class is normally physical and both. Physical and both. Look here. Okay, maximum last half an hour. If you want a break, tell me in the chat box. Right, we can give a small break and we can continue. I will stop before 10 o'clock. Don't worry. I will stop before 10 o'clock. Look here, my story. Work plan. So online, okay, since this is an online class, physical class, I will tell the story in physically also. Online, the work plan. Right? Online, the work plan. What I am doing. What are you doing? Will you provide tudes? So what are you doing? Normally, we are doing online classes Thursday. In the beginning, every now from the third weeks of April, every Thursday, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., we are doing our theory class. Theory. But in the beginning, I don't do 3 hours. In the beginning, I might do 2 hours, 2.5 hours. After 1 month, 1.5 months later, it will become 3 hours. And after 4, 5, 6 months later, this will become 3.5 hours. It will become 4 hours. Online, I don't go beyond 4 hours. I think that 4 hours is the maximum duration where we can do a class through online. So theory class time duration is maximum 4 hours, but I do some extra classes to cover the theory in the desired time period, right? If you are going, because we want to finish syllabus also. So then the next point is, my plan is to complete the syllabus at least 3 months before the exam. Within 2 years, we want to finish this entire story. So then theory class time temporarily 8 to 10, it will increase to maximum 4 hours. If I need more time, definitely I will put extra classes and I will do the sections. Then the problem is how to join. How do I get the Zoom link? Where I want to get the Zoom link? We are doing these classes through Ace Academy online website. So if you are enrolling for April, I have shared the Ace Academy website link in the messages. You can see and you can check. Once you click the link, so you can get into relevant month. If you are doing 27 batch, so in that interface it appears 27 batch. So once you click 27 batch, then if it is April, it shows April month. So once you click April month, there is Zoom link. Zoom, by mentioning Zoom, that's Zoom link. When you click the Zoom link, every week, Thursday 8 p.m. when you click the Zoom link, automatically you get the Zoom session. And also every PDF, because physics we have to give lots of tunes. Obviously, I will upload all the PDF. Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3. Now here in 27, every chapter, units, dimensions, that chapter we are giving one theory tute, another question tute, another past paper tute, depends on the question availability. So right, normally you get tutes, all the PDF versions of tute I will upload in the website. Parallelly I am delivering all the tutes by the first week of the relevant month or second week of the relevant month. All the tutes will be couriered free of charge. We don't take money from you, we don't take money. So then the next thing is, so okay, right, so now you told we are doing some extra class also if we need. In that case, if I have another class at that time, if there is a class clashing, then what are we going to do in that case? In that case, you know that in the website itself, let's say now, today our class is on Thursday, but I'm doing an extra class on Friday. I discuss with you, and only I'm putting extra classes if I need, not right now. After 4 5 months later only we will do extra classes if we need, not every day. Also once a month, twice in a month, we do one or two extra classes, not every day. But let's say now that extra class will be on Friday and you have biology or chemistry classes. So then what you do, so we do the recording, and the recording also will be uploaded in that relevant April course. So when you click the April close, Zoom link is visible. All the PDF versions of tutes will be visible, and the recordings of relevant week. Week 1, Newton laws, part 1 recording. Everything is mentioned in the website. So therefore, you can easily access recordings, and recordings also unlimited recordings, right? Some teachers, what they do, so that recording is valid or visible only for 2 days. Within 2 days, you want to watch and you want to complete it. But in my classes, I'm not doing that. I can do that, but I'm not doing. Let's say now, if you enroll for April, that April recordings will remain until you do your AL exam. So what you can do, let's say, if because definitely with the time we forget the previous theory points, right? Definitely we forget. So in that case, what you can do now, let's say now, now is 2026 April, 1 year has gone, and you want to go back to previous year, this relevant recording. So you want to go to the website in the 2025 April. When you click the that option, all the recordings are visible. You can revise the recordings again also, because that is the thing about our website, that very good website, everything is there. And there's a WhatsApp group, right? WhatsApp group, there's main WhatsApp group, and 27 batch I created another WhatsApp group. All the messages, extra class time, if not additional story, whether it force the tunes or not, these are the address or whatever, all the class related details will be shared in the WhatsApp groups only. That's a Telegram group also. Normally I don't put messages in the Telegram group, through WhatsApp only. Through WhatsApp only we are dealing. Therefore, definitely please join for those groups. Join for those groups, right? So then, after we started 27 theory classes, after starting unit 2, up to a certain level, then we will start our paper class. You can assume we will start our 27 paper class mostly in 2027 April, means May, June, July, August. Most probably in August 2025 August, we will start our paper class, right? So we are discussing standard questions in all the term test papers, model papers, Mora, then what FWC. We do lots of questions. And also keep in your mind, I think I am the only teacher who is covering. Just you go and you just check and you clarify it. I'm the only teacher who is covering past papers from 1990 to 2020 for your batch 2026. All the MCQs structured in essay. You are senior batch 26. I told you we finished unit 2. Before finishing unit 2, I have discussed unit 2 mechanics, 20 years of past paper essay questions. You can ask your seniors and you can know. People who know about me, definitely they recommend me, because we are doing a big workload in the class. Right? We are doing past paper discussion, definitely we are doing, right? And model paper writing, theory discussions, you will understand, because you can't, with the first day you don't understand about your teacher, but with the time when you work with, you realize my work plan, everything, you will realize. Okay, so then that story is there. Then theory time, paper class, past paper discussion, Then tutes, so I post the tutes every week, and recording option is there. For the physical students, get the free access for online classes. If you're joining physically, right, you can join physically also. You get the free access to online classes also. So that option is there for physical students. Online means online. So that is a story. That's a story. Next, what? That's it, right? Any other questions? Any other questions? 9:39. Time went so quickly. How do you provide tudes online students for, sir? Through courier. I'll post the tudes. I will ask your address and we are posting the tudes. Then what? Sir, does anything about PN Junction? We talk, sir, would you recommend going to mass class or individual class? Now this is the story. So I'm giving work plans also, right? In my work every month, relatively I talk personally. Individually, I put messages and I just check what you are doing actually, right? So whether you are doing or not, I just give work plans. I ask you to do this to these questions or whatever, and I give provide work. I will provide some plans, and we are working. So going for mass and individual class, it's like that. Now, if you understand in a class, that's it, right? You select a class where you can understand, and where not only understanding is enough, but also you should feel in that class the teacher is doing a big work plan, teacher is doing a big workload there. Because you know that I can teach you physics within 1 year, only briefly explain Newton law means F equals ma. Newton told that there's an equation like F equals ma. F is force, m means mass, a means acceleration. I can finish it. Just take past paper physics essay questions and just try to do Newton laws questions. You are not able to do. That's the biggest problem, right? So therefore, simply we can explain and we can finish the lessons and we can quickly call the syllabus and we can tell we call the syllabus quickly. Everyone understood what we taught. No, not like that. We should explain theories for students to do questions. Students should be able to do questions after we completed theory sections. So therefore, in that case, we want to do questions also, past the questions also. So therefore, we have to take some time. So therefore, always you don't rely on the classes where they quickly teach the theory, quickly cover the syllabus. You don't worry. You don't want to cover syllabus in the beginning. First of all, see a class where you can understand where the sir is doing lots of questions and work. You don't think whether sir is slow or speed. You don't judge right now. Now the most important thing is whether you understand the theory or whether you understand theory, whether you are doing whether service doing good questions. You should feel that. If none of them happening, please don't go the class, don't continue. Because I have seen my revision class, many students coming by telling different stories. Sir, see, I have went to this class, in that class. Now only I came to the right track, sir. Help me, support me. I want to become doctor, engineer. My mother and father is not very old, very sick. So therefore, right now onwards, you based on what I talk today, what you do, you decide. So I don't tell all of you to come to my class, right? I don't mark it in that way because I know that definitely I have my past students might recommended some students, and definitely they will join. I know that, and I am teaching is my passion, not my profession. My profession is engineering, right? So when I work as an engineer, I feel that I want to give that thinking mindset for my youngsters. So therefore, I'm doing these classes as my passion only, not as a profession. I don't worry that much about my student count or no, right? But who work with me, they should genuine with me. They should be what well matched with me. So then only we can work as a team and we can work. So therefore, I don't need a big crowd. I need a students who really like to work with me. Whatever I tell, sir, I did, you told, sir, I did that work plan. Sir, what shall we do then? Sir, tell me, sir, support me, sir. I'm facing issue like this. Sir, can you give a small support in this? I want a team like that. Right. So definitely there will be a student for 26 batch now. See, 26 batch is going very good. 25 revision is good, going good. 26 theory class, we are doing really good job. We have done past papers. We are doing paper class for 26 people. Theory. So likewise, 27 also will be very same. My plan is to do with my best for 27. Whatever I did for my 26, then that ever for I want to do something big in my 27 batch also. Definitely, I will do it. So you decide the class properly. Please, you don't judge classes by going one day. Oh, just the crowd is very low and that teacher has 100, 200 students. You don't come to a conclusion that teacher is good and this is bad. Please don't you come to conclusion like that's completely wrong, right? So you don't be in that mindset. Crowd, it doesn't matter if he is really expert, right? That's the matters. So therefore, please consider all these factors and select the right classes. I will tell you, always try to go one best class for one subject. You don't go two, three classes for one subject. Don't do that. You will suffer a lot because we don't have time in upcoming days. So therefore, select the best class for one subject. Each subject, one class. Then that story, because based on the class that you select entirely, everything will be changing. So don't you expect entertainment in the classes. Please don't go for classes where teachers talk so much about his stories, his cars, his Benz vehicles, his love stories. That stories, please don't go. They are also waste of your time. Not like O levels. A level is something big, something big, because we are planning to go to medical and engineering faculties. That means within that 2.5 year, we want to build that potential to become a doctor or engineer. So therefore, go for a class where make students to that level. Okay, keep that in your mind also. Any else stories, anything else, anything else, guys? What shall you do now? So first day, I'm not doing any work. First day, I'm not doing any work. So we'll do from, but I forgot to tell. Foundation class also will be start. Support class. Support class means most of you coming from different math science background, because I don't discourage for the students who gets 3C in all levels. I don't tell please don't do A level math science. No, what we should do is we should focus them, we should individually guide them, and somehow we want to bring them also in form when it comes to A levels. So therefore, I know obviously your math science skills, mathematical simplification skills might be vary. One student can do simplification very well, some of them can't do. In that case, we are doing some kind of support classes. That's half an hour free for any student can come and cover it half a day, half an hour per a day, means once in a week, half an hour session or 1 hour session. So we are covering basic simplification method, simplification, what things we are doing in that class. That support class is also there for you to grab the simplification points, because you understand in physics all about simplification. Just see my recordings, please just look at some teachers recordings and judge. Don't, now many recordings are in YouTube ni. State the relevant teacher's name, then their recordings are also visible in the YouTube or whatever the platform. Just look at the recordings and see how the way the teacher is explaining the theories and concepts. Okay, so then that is there. Overall, stories beautiful answer. Stories up to now, the stories are beautiful. That means understood answer. Everything is okay. Only one, only one, only one. The others didn't understand, right? How poor, how sad, how sad. Okay, so the summary. No, if you have questions, you can ask. If you don't have questions, then okay, then the summary is, I will summarize it. Remember, until O levels, you came already predefined path. You didn't have to take any decision in between. The first time you are taking a decision, your decision should be a decision which you like. So do math science subjects if you love. Definitely you can succeed if you love doing math science subjects. Just because your parents saying please you don't do that, if you are not interested, you can't survive in the field. So then start the classes immediately. Just decide whether joining online or physical. I prefer joining online because we can do a big work in online. You decide that what most suits for you. And then going private A level, so it's going for schools, you want to decide that there are advantages and disadvantages. So then next thing is selecting a teacher, selecting a class. Please you care about the parameters that you are taking. Don't look at teacher's appearance or white or black. Don't look at the crowd. Don't look at experienced or not. It's completely all right, he has no experience. If he teaches very well, that's it, right? So then care about selecting a class. Don't select too much of class of one subject, you will be in trouble. Then then what? Then my work plan, I told you, I said you we are starting, we will start support classes mostly from next week. I will update in the group. And April second week we are giving a holiday for entire week, all the classes. Third week onwards we are starting unit 1. I will tell you the work and everything, my work plan. And then what? So then my story, why I got, how I got 3 A's, the way that I struggled. I will tell you in upcoming my classes also, what I have done, what are the methods I have followed, right? So always when it comes to me, I'm expecting results, because 24 A level students, they did the exam recently, many months back. Their result will become most probably by the end of April. In that case, definitely they are, my class was a small class, but there were many 3 years. I'm sure once they get the result, I will ask them to come and talk in front of you. So then you get an idea about how they worked, how my class is held for them to get A. So then you will get an idea. And other than that, is it enough, right? Shall we go and sleep then? Then what else? Any doubts? Anything? Anything you want to ask? No, right? Nothing? Ni? If you want to ask anything, please feel free to put WhatsApp messages. I am not available all the time. I can't reply quickly, but somehow on that day itself, I will reply. So then you ask any doubt, it's no issue. You can ask anything. Other than that, I think everything is okay, right? Class payment details, I will tell you. Don't worry, it won't be in lakhs for months. You don't worry, we don't charge millions. So therefore, we are not money minded actually, but we need students who really like to work with us. That's it, right? I don't mind about the crowd also. Uh, that's it, right? That's it. What shall we do now then, guys? Tell me, what shall we do now? Introduction is done. Do you want more introduction? You want me to dive in the unit 1, and do I want to describe entire unit 1 in this within 1 hour? Is that what you want? No doubts. No doubts. Okay. Time is also almost 10 o'clock. Then what shall we do? Then we can wind up for today. So then select what you want, huh? Right? Don't you follow me and your friends? And yes, then we'll meet on a day, right? Shall we go then? Then see you. Bye. Have a nice day. Then at least if you don't have questions. Any questions, Dadya? Okay, thank you so much for introductory session. It was great. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. One by one, you can leave. If you don't have mood of leaving, what you can do, you can still join in the session and you can sleep. If you want to leave, you can leave also. Any another message? Thanks. Okay, thanks. Yes, thank you. What else? If you are not leaving, I'm going to leave. Shall I leave then? Uh, thanks so much for the giving a clear idea. Okay, welcome. Have fun. And yes, right. We'll stop the classes.